The modern world seems as normal to us as a cup of coffee or the sight of an airplane way up high in the sky. But not so long ago, our ancestors lived a life that, to most of us today, would seem bare bones or even barbaric. But when you take a look back through the annals of history, you quickly realize that we today, us, modern humans, are living lives that our not-so-distant ancestors would struggle to even imagine. With our magic cars that can shorten a 4-day horse ride to an easy 2-hour leisurely drive, or our fancy mobile phones that can instantly upload a video to TikTok to be viewed by millions of people the world around. But just as our ancestors couldn't imagine our lives, it is equally hard for us modern humans to imagine how our ancestors survived without a Starbucks or vegan bakery on every corner. But if one had the urge to take a quick look at the past, a time machine is not actually required. Because just west of Thailand, in the Bay of Bengal, there lies a small, remote island, populated by a group of people who have been near enough left to their own devices, with next to no interaction with the outside world, for a staggering amount of time. So much so that up to now we have seen zero evidence that they have even discovered how to make fire. No one can say for sure how long the Sentinelese have inhabited this island, but some believe that they have lived there for as long as 60,000 years. In truth, we know barely anything about the life of these people, but we do know little bits and pieces. The Sentinelese have their own language that no one in the whole world apart from the people on their island can understand. Some people believe that they are descended from the first human populations to emerge from Africa, and that they have remained largely isolated since then. But enough of the things that may or may not be, let's have a look at what we do know about these fascinating people. One man knows perhaps more about this tribe than anyone ever. T.N. Pandit studied and attempted to visit these people for decades. Mr. Pandit first set out to visit North Sentinel Island in 1967. Initially, the Sentinelese hid in the jungle from the visitors and later shot at them with arrows. He would often bring a selection of items along with him on his trips to try and entice contact, including pots and pans, coconuts, iron tools and knives. On one occasion, when he tried to offer a tied-up pig as a gift, the tribe swiftly speared the animal to death and buried it in the sand. Despite very little success for years, in 1991, the tribe peacefully approached them at the ocean and accepted gifts from the visitors. On Mr. Pandit's first trip to the island, him and his team were largely unaware of how protective the tribe could be, so they were a lot braver than on the subsequent trips. This ignorant bravery led to Pandit and his team walking deep into the forest and discovering something truly amazing. Here is a quote from an interview with Mr. Pandit from the India Times regarding what he saw on his first trip. "We first spotted a footmark and followed it to enter deep into the jungles. After walking in the forests for a kilometer or so, I saw an open area with 18 huts. Those were occupied, not abandoned, ones. I noticed fire and cooked food items. We saw roasted fish, wild fruits. There were bows, arrows, and spears all around. There were half-made baskets too. They don't wear any clothes. They don't collect any stuff and keep it in their homes. But their houses are nicely built. Those were open lean-to huts made of tree branches and leaves with no doors or windows. They hid the moment they saw us. One of us caught a glimpse of one Sentinelese man, but we came back without meeting them or without having any incident." Mr. Pandit must have had some incredible moments when studying and observing these people, but others have had some not-so-pleasant encounters with the locals. The most famous person to end up on the wrong side of the Sentinelese was an American missionary, John Allen Chow, who visited the island with the intention to convert them to Christianity. It is safe to say that his plan did not go to plan. Chow was born in 1991 in Alabama in the United States. He was a devout Christian who had participated in missionary trips to Mexico and South Africa and was devoted to converting people to his religion. In November of 2018, Chow embarked on a journey to North Sentinel Island, which he believed could be Satan's last stronghold on Earth. As it is illegal for anyone to visit the island, he had to bribe 2 fishermen to take him near the island. On the 15th of November, he attempted to visit for the first time on a canoe, but as he approached, he was met with a hostile response and retreated. On another visit, Chow recorded in his diary that the islanders reacted to him with a mixture of amusement, bewilderment, and hostility. He attempted to sing worship songs to them, but they then fell silent. Eventually, he attempted to hand over some gifts to the islanders, at which point, a boy shot a metal-headed arrow that pierced the Bible that he was holding in front of his chest. He then retreated again. On the 17th of November, Chow made his final visit to the island. He instructed the fishermen to abandon him, and he traveled on alone. The fishermen later saw the islanders dragging Chow's body, and the next day they saw his body being buried on the shore. As incredibly heartbreaking as the story of Chow is to hear, it is not an isolated case. The Sentinelese people have killed before when their island is encroached upon by foreigners. But in my opinion, it is understandable. The people of North Sentinel Island know very, very little of the outside world. They live life, how they have for thousands of years, and want nothing more than to continue to live the same way for thousands more to come. They are a strong and independent people who resort to violence when they feel threatened. I say let them live how they want. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more interesting tales.